Hello, Ruby Shoers. We are with Steve Kroener, who is the owner and winemaker of Silver Horse Winery in San Miguel. Did I just get a little hang loose? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how things are at Silver Horse. It's a hang loose kind of place. Come as you are, flip-flops or cowboy boots, or you can doll up if you really want to.
Clothing optional. Whatever.
It is a beautiful location overlooking the hills and the vineyards, and one of my favorite places to see a sunset.
I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah. And they have good wine. We've already reviewed our whites, so if you haven't seen them, go back and look at our YouTube page and check them out. We're looking at the Syrah right now. This is a state Syrah that you have, and what year we have? 2010. So how was 2010?
2010 was a good year. With the vineyard on the Syrah side, we always have a prolific Syrah, so we nip it down a little bit, clip the berries, get rid of the small guys, keep the nice luscious looking berries, so I know that I'm going to get good fruit coming into the winery. Very meaty Syrah.
So you want this with food?
Food. Ribs. Oh yeah, ribs. So good with ribs.
Barbecue?
Barbecue ribs. Or if you want to nosh on your man's ribs, go for it.
How many cases are you making of this Syrah?
This depends on the vintage, but because we are a state, everything that we make on the red wine side is 100% from the property. So if we have a frost one year and it knocks half the buds off, then we have a very small year. This happened to be a small year in the Syrah, so we only had 100 cases of this vintage.
And you're letting us put this in the shipment. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. This is one that Janice and I and the Ruby Shoes tasting board came and chose a couple months ago. And let's see if we think it's still as good. I have no doubt. Ooh. This is another one where the nose, I hate to use that term, but the nose kind of tells you a lot of what's ahead.
It should. That's all the wine, it's olfactory. So if it's not in the nose, it's not going to be in the palate.
So what are we looking for in a Syrah?
White pepper.
I can smell that.
Black fruit, so blackberry, raspberry, plum. And for me, because I use Hungarian oak, which is a type of barrel, type of wood, you get that bacon fat.
I do taste that on the finish.
Yep, you get that right in the nose and then right in the mid palate to the back end. It's
nice pepper. Ooh, I
so
can
good.
taste this with a big old ribeye.
It's just meat. It's a meaty wine, but I like it with ribs.
Now, you are sort of an artisan winemaker. Your dad and you kind of started this thing, and you could go big, but you kind of chose to go home and really make beautiful wines.
Yeah. Two reasons. One, we like to pull everything from the property, and we sell a lot of our grapes to other wineries. We have a lot of cab, a lot of Syrah, and 85% of the fruit that we grow goes to other wineries. So we keep the best stuff in-house, and we started in '96, and there were 22 wineries in Paso Robles in '96. There's 300 and something wineries now. We started around 1,500 cases. We're around 2,000 cases now. So it's a lifestyle for us. We love what we're doing. We're one of the prettiest locations in all of Paso Robles. You can back me up on that.
Yeah, that is true.
And just it's a passion for us. We'd like to grow, and we'll grow as the vineyard allows, or as contracts expire, then we'll bring in that fruit.
And Steve, you talked about sort of pruning down the grapevine to pick the best grapes, and he's one of the winemakers you're going to see out there, you know, choosing which ones to clip, and he's active out in the field, and yet you'll find him in the tasting room ready to yuck it up with you, and that's kind of what we love, the people as well as the wine and the experience. So cheers. Nicely done.
Cheers. Thanks.
That was a beautiful Syrah.
Thank you.
And then we get into my favorite blend.
You want to hug it?
Yeah, I want to hug it with a